I'm salty. I will admit I am salty. Oh boy. This is I don't even know how to explain this shit. Man, I should be happy right now. I should be celebrating. I should be feeling pretty good right now. Uh, I should have profited at least at least $700 tonight off this fight. And instead, not only am I not profiting that money, but I lost a little money. All because I played the prop instead of the money line. I gotta start staying away from these props, man. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. You know, the money line was high enough. I looked back at it. It was plus 1,400. Um, the prop was plus what 2050 when I got in on it. And hell, it actually went up during the day to plus 1,800. You know, because people kept putting money on Quillin. You know, when I did my Gamblers Alert video, Peter Quillin was a minus 3,000 favorite, man, in this fight. Minus 3,000. That's how high of a favorite he was. And then money kept going in on the guy. All right. You know, for anybody who doesn't realize what that means that a person would have to put $3,000 on Peter Quillin just to profit 100. All right. That's how much the odds makers and the gamblers believe that Peter Quillin was gonna win this fight. You know, and I said that he should win this fight. You know, because he was viewed as the better skilled guy. I would say the more athletic guy. Um, Seemingly should have more than tank at this point. You know, with Angulo kind of being a shot fighter, with poor reflexes, been in wars. But that was one thing that I left out of my gamblers alert that showed up in this fight. Um, Alfredo Angulo was the fighter in this fight. He was the fighter in this fight, while um, Quillin might be the more polished boxer. Uh, Angulo was the guy who was, you know, the fighter, the guy who had the bigger spirit, the bigger heart, who wanted it more. That's just the bottom line, man. And I will have some criticism for Peter Quillin in this video, but before I dish out any criticism, let me uh, let me give him props, man. Because in a sense he proved me wrong. With his chin. Now he did get rocked numerous times in the fight. He got hurt numerous times in the fight, but he was able to stay on his feet. He did not go down and he did not get stopped. So he has to be given credit for that, man. You know, the way I saw the fight, I kind of predicted that he would get hit and hurt or could get hit and hurt. And if that happened, I thought he would get stopped. I didn't think that he would be able to stay on his feet the way he did if he got caught, especially as many times as he did. So, Peter Quillin, I give Peter Quillin all the respect in the world for that, man. I do. All right. Now that's the props I'm gonna give him. All right. Now let's give him criticism. All right. Uh, to borrow a phrase from the great Richard Dwyer on YouTube. All right. Phrase that he has not said in a long time, but I'm gonna say it. All right. Let's direct this to Peter Quillin. All right. As Dwyer would say, player, you need to retire. You need to retire. You know. Um, but Quillin is what 36, I believe, at this point. He has already been a world champion, so no shame in that. He achieved that dream. He had some title defenses. Yeah, he should have made good money in his career. But Peter Quillin, he had a long layoff after the Jacobs fight. He has moved up in weight, which he had to because it was hard for him to make 160. It has been exposed. His chin is not the best, and he was in the ring with a guy that he was, you know, a minus 3,000 favorite over. That is a huge favorite. He was in the ring with a guy with slower reflexes, a guy who we could say is the more shot fighter between the two. You know, um, he was in the ring with a guy like this man, and uh, he lost a decision. Some people might say he won. Some people might say it was a draw. Some people might say Angulo won. It was that kind of fight. I didn't score the fight. I just watched it because I was not expecting it to go the distance either way. You know, but he should not. He should have beat this guy. Whether it was by a wide decision or by stoppage, he should have beat Alfredo Angulo, man. Angulo, whose reflexes are not the best, who appeared to be stuck in the mud at times, who at times couldn't pull a trigger, and if he did, whenever he did let his hands go, there were times when he would miss. You know, if he was a little bit faster on his game, maybe he would have hit Quillin more, got a stoppage. But he was missing some shots. If Peter Quillin can't beat Angulo, being as big a favorite as he was, man, he needs to hang it up. He needs to hang it up. Um, you know, if he can't get past this guy, what's he gonna do with Benavidez? Caleb Plant, those kind of guys. He's gonna get hit and hurt. Just gonna take damage that he don't need to take. So the people that care about him, they need to tell him he needs to retire. He needs to, just enjoy life, do something else, find something else to do, man. All right, now I did not get to sit and watch this fight live from beginning to end. I was interrupted a few times with phone calls. It was paused. I knew the decision, the end result before the fight, before I stopped watching the fight. Uh, but in the first two rounds, if I remember correctly, Quillin was, sticking and moving, staying on the outside. He was, looking like what the odds were saying he was supposed to look like. And then, thankfully, in the third round, he decided to stand in the pocket with Angulo, giving Angulo opportunities. I was enjoying it because I knew that he would get hit and hurt, and he did get hit at that point in the third. At one point in the third round, he got hurt, but he was able to stay in the fight. And seemingly after that point, it seemed like probably once, like every round after that, at least he would get cracked at least one good time. He was slowing down. He was the more tired fighter. I guess Angulo training in Big Bear helped him out tremendously with his stamina. We already know the guy has heart and toughness. For the lack of boxing skill he may have and reflexes or whatever. Quillin was appeared to be the more tired guy. Angulo's body work in his fight was great. There were some shots that were on the hip that were low, but there were times in the fight where he was going to Quillin's body and it paid off. Paid off, and as I predicted in my Gamblers Alert, if he hit Quillin on the chin, it could cause problems because I viewed Quillin as being chinny. Uh, he was hitting him numerous times up top, and Quillin was hurt numerous times throughout the fight. And I said in my Gamblers Alert, I did not think that Angulo would win a decision. If the fight went to a decision, which I did not think it would either way, but I thought his only way was to win by knockout. I did not think that he would win by decision. And hell, the odds would say so also, because when I was going in on the plus 2050, Angulo was a plus 3600 to win by decision, and I give some people credit, which I thought was foolish. I remember looking at it during the day. Uh, Money was going in on that line, so there were people that actually made money off Angulo winning by decision. it went from a plus 3,600 down to a plus 2,000. So there were some people that put money on that, man, and made money off that. I did not see this fight going a distance either way, and if it did go to distance, I did not see Angulo win a decision, man, unless he had multiple knockdowns in the fight and Quillin was able to stay in the fight. But I didn't think that he would be able to, to stay in the fight if he was getting knocked down. I figured he'd get stopped. It'd be a stoppage. So so it's um it's kind of bittersweet, because um I mentioned the possibility of of Angulo winning by stoppage, but talked about Quillen's chin and all that. But I'm bitter because I did not get a profit off this fight, and I should have. Should have just played the money line, and as long as Angulo won, whether it was inside the distance or not, DQ or whatever, you know, as long as he was announced the winner, I would have won against Peter Quillin, who has been inactive, who was out of the ring for a long time, who doesn't have a great chin, you know, and I give him credit. Like I said, he stayed in the fight. He stayed on his feet. He did not get knocked down or knocked out. I give him all the credit for that. I do. But you hit this guy up top, man, and he doesn't respond well. You know, a guy like that should not be in the sport, man, especially in the higher weight class. He should just go ahead and call it a day. Do something else with his life, man. I think he's made some good money, and he needs to think about his health and enjoy his family, man. You know. So really, I think that's it, guys. Angulo, he's feeling like his career is reborn or whatever. He looked good against Quillin. He did good. He got a decision, but you know, if he's fighting top level guys, man, he's just gonna get hurt, take unnecessary damage. He's a shot fighter. Even though he won and did well, did good enough to win, he's a shot fighter, man. His reflexes are poor, stuck in the mud. He takes too many punches. It seemed like he kind of struggled in the post-fight interview when he was talking. So, hell, if anything, I say go out on a good note, retire on a high note. But that's not gonna happen. The guy's gonna keep fighting, and they're probably gonna fight too long, man. Unfortunately, Abel Sanchez and his wife need to tell him to hang it up. To hang it up and not fight again. Go out on a high note, but I doubt he does. He's gonna try to get more money, and I'll probably bet against Angulo, depending on who he's fighting. I'll probably bet against him, just like the high odds were against him in this fight. It's depending on who it is, but there are many Peter Quillin types out there. He was able to take advantage of tonight. At least people that we would care about. Lower class guys, yeah, he could bowl over some, more inexperienced or guys with more losses or whatever. But who would care to see that? Those aren't money making fights for him. At least not decent money making fights. So, I really think that's it, guys. It's bittersweet, man. It's bittersweet, and I'm feeling salty. I will admit, I should have me a nice little deposit in my account tomorrow or today, yeah, because it's 1:48 a.m. to do this video, but missed out, man, just because I made the wrong play. Had the right idea, had the right mindset, had the right train of thought, but I just played the wrong line. That's how it goes in wagering. So that's it, guys. I hope some of you maybe were smarter than me and played the money line. I hope some of you out there made money off this, because this was a money making opportunity. The odds were way out of whack. It should not have been as big as it was, which I didn't say in the video I did this morning or Saturday morning. But if the odds were closer in this fight, man, I probably wouldn't even touched it. It wouldn't even been worth the play if the odds were closer. But because the odds were so out of whack, because they gave so much value, it was just too much to resist, man. Just too much to resist, and it was the money line. Was great value. Which I should have played. Should have stuck to that. But yeah. If the odds were closer like it should have been, and I wasn't able to get such a big number, I wouldn't have touched it. But this was a great opportunity, man, and I hope some of you guys made some money off of this fight. So I think that's it, guys. If I missed anything, I'll leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about the fight. But I salute Angulo. Um, you know, he was the fighter, man. He was the fighter. He was coming forward, letting his hands go. Um, and he hurt Quillin numerous times throughout the fight. Seemingly almost every round, from the third on, it seemed like he hurt him at least once around. And Peter Quillin, I think he should retire, man. I think he should retire. Yeah, I give you credit for staying in the fight, no shame, and in your career or coming up short tonight. It's just a sign that you should probably move on. That you should move on, in my opinion. So I think that's it, guys. You know, let me know what you think, and I will check in with you guys soon. Thanks for watching.